Well, hello everyone. Welcome to this webinar registration demo video. We wanted to put a video together in order to show you how to register for these webinars to ensure that it's not a confusing process and that you can easily join the webinar when it comes to the time to join the webinar. All right, so what we've done here is if you've clicked on the link from the ARPA Canada website under the quarantine webinar webpage, for the particular webinar that you would like to join, it will take you to this registration page. Now, this is obviously just a demo of what a webinar registration would look like, and it's set for today. So this will obviously have the information of your particular topic and description and time, but let's go ahead and just process this. All right, so I've included my information here already. This is what you'll have to fill in with your information: first name, last name, and email address, and then confirm your email address. And then here it will probably say for you join webinar or register, depending on if the webinar is live or not. So at this point, the webinar is live because I've already started it, but normally this would simply send an email to your personal email, to the email that you've put here. And giving you a link, and then also usually we'll send you a reminder follow-up email as well. So let's go ahead and click join. And at this point, so as I said, because it's already, the meeting is already happening, it's prompting me to start already, but let's take a look at the email that it has sent us. All right, so it has sent us this email here, the Christian and Civil Government Confirmation. So we'll get this email. And this has basically all the information you'll need in order to join the webinar. So you can join here by clicking on this link. That's the easiest thing to do. So let's go ahead and do that. So if we click on join, it will pop up a new window and prompt to open the Zoom.us application. Now, if you do not have Zoom on your computer at this point, it will prompt you to download a small file that will allow you to enter the webinar. It's not the full Zoom application, but it's simply a means by which you can access the webinar. So if you go ahead and allow that, then it will install the application and proceed to joining the meeting. All right, so at this stage, I've set up the camera for the webinar. So from the host webinar, I've got two computers running here. I've got the camera just aimed at a poster I have on the wall, but essentially this would be where the presenter would be presenting from. And this is the interface that you'll be using. So essentially, it's fairly straightforward. You can see a chat window here that is provided for you, where you can essentially put any questions in there. So let's put a test question in. And then from there, the host can respond. Something like that. And then the response will show up, or should show up, for all of the panelists. You can raise your hand to ask a question. You can lower your hand again, and there's also potential for Q&A, where the panelists could ask you a question or look for your response on a particular issue. And that's pretty much it. At this point, there's no, the panelists cannot hear you. Other people on the call will not be able to hear you or see you unless the host specifically calls on you and invites you to unmute your microphone. At this point, there is no input. It's simply output, just your whatever speaker you're using for the audio. That's pretty much it. What will happen as well is the host will most likely at some stage do a screen share or something like that. So let's just take a quick look at what that might look like once the host has done a screen share. All right, so essentially it will look like this. So the host can essentially do some work on their screen, can do various things. You can see that, and you can also see their video there off to the right as well. I think that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Call in at arpacanada.ca or send an email to the info@arpacanada account. And yeah, we're looking forward to starting with this week of webinars for a quarantine webinars series.